After lamenting the marine layer of noise surrounding his once second-ranked program, Penn State coach James Franklin swept the sky to land on the core of his frustration. "We're going to become more of a hard-nosed team up front on both sides of the ball," Franklin said after his team's 2,724 loss to Michigan State on Saturday. "We're going to be more physical up front. We're not right now. We're too finesse." NCAA football on social media. Join the team. Follow at @NCAFootballFitsIt. That's the station from which Penn State leaves for the concluding stretch of a 2017 season that suddenly seems disappointing, though that view might be a product of that noise as well. The Nittany Lions have 3 games remaining against a friendly schedule: Rutgers, Nebraska, Maryland, that could lift them to a 102 finish and a New Year's Six bowl game. By itself, that's a phenomenal season. In the context of being the 2016 Big Ten champion and the nation's #2 team just 10 days ago, it looks like a spiral. Watch Week 10 highlighted by Big Ten upsets. Bedlam in Oklahoma. Thing is, winning Big Ten road games is difficult. Ask Ohio State about its 31-point loss at Iowa on Saturday. Winning true road games against ranked teams is even more difficult. Franklin is 0-5 in that attempt at Penn State. In the past 2 weeks, Penn State has lost road games to teams with assertive run defenses, cocooned pass protection, and quarterbacks who played beyond reason. The Nittany Lions led one of those games for 58 minutes before falling to a quarterback who completed 16 consecutive passes and then threw 4 interceptions against Iowa. They lost the other, derailed by rain and a 3-hour, 22-minute weather delay, on a last-second 34-yard field goal by a kicker who missed a 32-yarder in the fourth quarter of a triple overtime loss to Northwestern the week prior. 2 games, 2 losses by a combined 4 points. Sports are fickle. Penn State spun magic last season. The past 2 weeks, that magic has withered at the line of scrimmage. Before Michigan State kicker Matt Coughlin made the winning field goal Saturday, his coach gave him a prayer card. That card, Coach Mark D'Antonio said, included a phrase from Psalm chapter 91, "You will tread on the lion and the cobra, you will trample the great lion." Which brings us back to Franklin's finesse problem. Penn State's offensive line concerns, its physicality, health, depth, cohesion, and just plain orneriness, have been ongoing through Franklin's 4 seasons. Penn State schemed around it well enough last year, with coordinator Joe Moorhead's offense getting its playmakers downfield and into favorable situations, leading to space for Saquon Barkley. Opposing defenses are hitting that pitch this year, leaving Barkley to run into walls or block patiently in protection. Related: get ready for Michigan State vs. Ohio State in Week 11. Franklin noted his line's weaknesses earlier this season, suggesting it had to play with more of a nasty streak. The problem, the coach said Saturday, isn't Barkley. Saquon didn't struggle today, Franklin said of his back, who rushed for 63 yards on 14 carries. "Our offense struggled at times today. We haven't been running the ball consistently this year. It's not a Saquon issue. It's a team issue. That issue has extended to the defense, which hasn't been able to handle the physical line play of Ohio State and Michigan State." Penn State lost nearly half its sack production from 2016 to graduation and the NFL draft, then lost 2 starting defensive ends, Torrance Brown and Ryan Buchholz, this season to injuries. The past 2 weeks, it also has played better offensive fronts. Against them, the Nittany Lions haven't produced the backfield splash plays. Penn State made a combined 4 sacks against Ohio State and Michigan State quarterbacks who completed 33 passes each. Penn State has lost its past 2 games by a combined 4 points. That showed up the last couple weeks, Franklin said. "They're getting to us, and getting pressure on our quarterback. We're not. We rush 4, we're not getting there. We rush 5, we're not getting there. We rush 6, we're not getting there. We're not getting to the quarterback consistently enough." Ohio State and Michigan State won the lines of scrimmage against Penn State. As a result, they won the games. In several ways, Penn State is better than its 2016 championship counterpart. 2 road losses by 4 points don't disprove that. Still, the Nittany Lions have a foundation to keep building. That continues in the dirt. Cover 3 final thoughts from Michigan State's 2,724 win over Penn State. 1. More evidence of Penn State's line of scrimmage problems. Michigan State quarterback Brian Lewerke went 9 for 14 for 156 yards on third down throws, converting 5 plays of 3-yard and 10 or longer. The Lions were 4 for 12 on third down. 2. James Franklin said his defense coupled its pass rush lapses with coverage mistakes, leaving receivers open. Lewerke noticed their defense had a good amount of holes in it, he said. 3. Receiver DeAndre Tompkins made an exceptional catch, in difficult conditions, on his 70-yard touchdown. What he remembered most, though, was his drop on a late 4th and 3. "I'm the only one to blame for that play," he said. This article is written by Mark Wagenrich from The Morning Call and was legally licensed via the Tribune Content Agency through the NewsCard Publisher Network. Please direct all licensing questions to legal@newscard.com.